The Policy of Containment by Gabe, Carmen, and Adrian. The Marshall Plan. The Marshall Plan was also known as the European Recovery Program that channeled over $13 billion to finance the economic recovery of Europe between 1948 and 1951. The Marshall Plan successfully sparked an economic recovery, meeting its objective of restoring confidence of the European people in a competent economic future of their own countries, of Europe as a whole. The Truman Doctrine. With the Truman Doctrine, President Harry Truman established that the U.S. would provide political, military, and economic assistance to all democratic nations under the threat of an external or internal authoritative forces. The Truman Doctrine effectively reoriented U.S. foreign policy away from its usual stance of withdrawal from regional conflicts not directly involving the United States, to one of a possible intervention in faraway conflicts. How America's commitment is to Europe is demonstrated. The U.S. policy of containment and the application of the policy to Vietnam, World War II destroyed a balance of power that prevailed through much of early 20th century, leaving the United States and the Soviet Union the only nations capable of projecting influence. So, this is, America and the USSR were like the only powerhouses. So, if America did not help Europe at all, the USSR would just take over, and there'd be nothing left. It'd just be a huge power of the USSR taking over, and the US just to defend for itself. So, America had to step in. Alright, so communism in China. After the communist takeover of Eastern Europe, U.S. governments were preoccupied with the need to stop the spread of communism. This policy was called containment. We actually had a problem in America with containment. I think it's later in the slideshow that I'll tell you about it. But, it was a huge scandal and everything, and just... Well, yeah. The Korean War. A massive Chinese army invaded to help the North Koreans. Remember, the North Koreans are communists. In November 1950. The U.S. Army was driven back close to original border in early 1951. The U.S. was helping South Korea, who were democratic. There was then a military stalemate. MacArthur wanted to widen the war by attacking China itself. President Truman disagreed and dismissed MacArthur. Peace talks dragged on for 2 years, and the war finally ended in 1953. There was a big thing going on back in America, how no one wanted to be a part of this war and everything, and there were so many, I think there was, something going on at college where they were, against war. Senator McCarthy. Now, this is what I was talking about, how the communism, there's a big thing, communism. For many Americans, the enduring symbol of the Red Scare was a Republican Senator Joseph P. McCarthy of Wisconsin. Senator McCarthy spent almost 5 years trying to expose communists and the other left-wing loyalists in the U.S. government. I read a book about it, and he was seeking out maybe main actors that were trying to slip in, and he'd take away their right to make movies and everything, and it was a huge thing going on in America. The domino theory. The domino theory, which governed much of the U.S. foreign policy, began in the early 1950s, held that a communist victory in one nation would quickly lead to a chain reaction of communist takeovers in neighboring states. In Southeast Asia, the United States government used the domino theory to justify its support of non-communist regime in South Vietnam against the communists. So America was trying to stop, say one person got, see this picture down here says Laos. Laos had communism, and then next would be Vietnam, then Taiwan, then Korea, and they would just keep on falling down until, and the main pusher of the dominoes was the USSR, and the people that were trying to fix it was us. We were trying to stop the domino effect. And that's it.